TMNT universe is meant for adult collectors and Ninja Turtles fans. Hi, I'm Ultramex, and welcome to TMNT Universe. Well, Target and NECA had another haulathon, and they gave us these awesome Pizza Club turtles. So grab a slice and let's check them out.
It's the #1 source for Turtles fans, with reviews and news. TMNT Universe. Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool but rude.
Give me a break.
Michelangelo is a party dude.
How's it going? Well, I hope everyone survived another wallet-destroying haulathon, especially since this year, Target and NECA had quite a few turtle figures. And one in particular I was excited for was this re-release of the turtles themselves in Pizza Club editions. And if you don't know what that means, it's the turtles getting the ultimate figure treatment in their own individual boxes, reminiscent of the Burger King Kids Club tapes released back in the early 90s. I'm really excited to get my hands on these figures, so let's get on with it.
Leonardo, his swordsmanship is unmatched.
I always start with Leonardo, and since Leonardo leads, that'll make this easy. Here's his box with an image on the front pulled right from the intro of the cartoon. And like I mentioned before, the rest of the box is reminiscent of the old Burger King Kids Club VHS tapes. We even have a Pizza Club logo here at the top, very similar to the original tapes. And on the back of the box, we have a banner with a call out for the other 4 turtles and this bio. And to not make this video too long, I'm going to leave the bio here. You can pause it and read it at your leisure. And we also have this cross-sell with NECA's always on point figure photography. And here are all the wonderful people who bring us these amazing figures. We also have a little list here of all the accessories listed in the package. And some of these are a little harder to identify than others, but I will do my best. On the inside flap, we have a nice photo of Leo looking right out of the cartoon, and in here we can see him laid out in the package with all of his accessories. So let's get him out of this box and take a closer look. The photo backdrop for all the Pizza Club figures is the same. It's the exit from the sewer lair. This is from the playset that NECA previously released. I was kind of hoping they'd be different rooms, like the kitchen for Mikey, the living room for Raph, and Donnie's lab for Donnie, and maybe reveal the dojo with Leonardo, but that's not the case. And here he is. If you have seen any of the other releases of the Turtles, it is basically the same thing. This is the Turtles in Disguise Turtles, but without the disguises. Although I think this sheen on the plastic is a little less shiny. But he has the same belt, the same shell. It's the same figure if you have seen it before, same articulation, same details, same design, everything. And just like that other release, the Pizza Club Turtles also come with the interchangeable faces and heads system, so you can change out their expressions. You can't have Leo without his trusty katana. Here he has one from the cartoon with a gray paint job with a brown handle on it, and of course he does come with a pair of these. One of the few extra portraits we get with these figures is the evil robot Leonardo from Combat Land in Season 7, the last season before the show switched over to the Red Sky episodes. Leo wasn't the only evil robot from that episode, so hopefully we'll get a Michelangelo head to go with this Leo. The next episode-specific accessory, try saying that 5 times fast, is the souvenir statue from one of the marble soldiers from the end of Season 4's Peking Turtle. One of the accessories from an actual Kids Club tape is the pepperoni and marshmallow pizza. This came from the tape April Foolish, even though the actual title of the episode was April Fool. I'm a sucker for all these book accessories, and this is no exception. Here we have the 3 Musketeers that Leonardo became obsessed with in the Season 3 episode, The 4 Musketurtles. I'll take every book they want to make so I can scatter them around the lair to add a little bit of decoration to my dioramas. Each turtle comes with a VHS tape with their signature colors on the label, and I'm choosing to believe that these are actually the Kids Club tapes. So this would be the Pizza Club version of The Great Boldini. These binoculars made their first appearance being used by Raphael in Beneath These Streets, the first episode of Season 3. But I think they were included with Leonardo because he used them in Season 4's episode, The Unidentified Flying Leonardo. I don't care where they're from, I'm just excited to have a whole bunch of gadgets to put into my Donatello's lab. This little guy is the Zip, from Season 4's Big Zip Attack. A lot of these accessories are from Season 4. This metal-munching monster goes through a few changes in the episode, so I wonder what the likelihood of getting a quarter-scale Zip is. The only real connection this has to Leonardo is at the end of the episode where he eats Leo's sword. I'm sure you could recreate this scene with all the extra swords from all the previous Leonardo releases. The Zip comes with a miniature flight stand, and other than that he's mostly a plastic slug of a figure, although he does have a ball socket neck. And I love getting these little sidekick buddy alien creature figures, kinda reminds me of the old Playmates line. And he wouldn't be a modern action figure if he didn't come with extra hands. Here we have a pair of pointing hands. And finally, Leo with all of his accessories. I'm glad that they're re-releasing these figures in single packages to give people an opportunity to get them who missed them before.
Donatello, whose simple wooden bull can disarm any adversary.
Continuing with the cartoon order of things, we have Donatello, whose package also has an image right from the intro of the cartoon with him and his coffee maker. Donatello's packaging is virtually identical to Leonardo's, except we are trading out the blue background for a purple one. And just like Leonardo, he has his own bio on the back of the box. Feel free to pause and read. And the photos on the cross-cell show some scenes from the cartoons that have been recreated here with these accessories. Speaking of accessories, we have that list on the bottom of the box showing everything that Donatello comes with, as well as the credits for everyone who brought us this figure. And on the inside flap, we have a combat-ready Donatello, and here we can see him packaged in his blister pack inside the box. That's enough talk about the packaging. Here we have a very serious-looking Donatello. Now, if you prefer a lighthearted expression, you can change that out because he does have the modular head feature. And just like Leonardo, if you've seen any of the other versions of Donatello, mainly the Turtles in Disguise version, you know what to expect from this figure. I prefer this particular release of these figures due to the skin tone color and the sheen on the plastic. Donatello's bow is the same as the other releases. It comes apart in the middle so that you can put it back together and fit it into the holster on the back of Donnie's belt. The details on it are pretty much the same. It does have that black paint in the detail of the grain and the wrap tape around the middle of it. Not to be outdone by Michelangelo's spinning nunchucks, Donatello has a spinning bow. This accessory comes with a special hand to fit into these finger holes to allow you to attach it to Donnie's arm for posing. Even though he never took one apart on the show, it's awesome to have this open Roadkill Rodney head for Donatello to work on once the lab gets released. I really like these loose wires that are sticking out of this open head. And from Season 3's Pizza by the Shred, we have a peanut butter avocado pizza with extra pickles that Donatello ordered from Weird Pizza. Even though the Turtles never got any of it, the Rat King seemed to really enjoy it. Although I do think it was a missed opportunity not adding the tracking anchovy to this accessory. As expected, Donatello's VHS tape has a purple label on it. Even though there wasn't a purple Kids Club tape, there was kind of a pink one for April Foolish. For Donatello's sidekick character, we have Jocko, the pet monkey of one of Donatello's idols, Professor Willard W. Willard, from Season 4's Turtles of the Jungle. Donatello's degree from the Season 4 episode of the same name is basically just a piece of paper. I would have preferred this to be on some sort of thin plastic backing, but I might just have to do that myself by gluing it to a piece of styrene. But this is another one that will be on display in Donnie's lab. And for Donatello's extra hands, he comes with a pair of open palms. I'm pretty pleased with Donatello and all of his accessories, so let's keep it moving and check out Raphael.
Raphael, no sword on earth can withstand his size.
Here's Raphael. He is cool but rude, and we have the packaging in his usual red color. But we also have an image that differs from the intro of the cartoon. Here he's coming out of a manhole cover in front of Ninja Pizza instead of the usual image in the sewer lair. And of the 4 turtles, he's the only one with a picture different from the cartoon intro. And here is Raphael's back-of-the-box bio. And we will take a quick peek at the cross-sell images on the back of the box, before moving on to the credits and accessories on the bottom of the box. Also, the DCPI number and UPC if you're having trouble finding this figure. On the inside flap, we have Raphael ready for action, and here is a nice layout seeing all the accessories in this package. Now, onto the figure. Right out of the package, Raphael has a pretty angry expression on his face. I always thought he should have something a little more smirking or smiling. But if you don't like that, you can change it with the swappable head feature that the other turtles have. Especially if you have other releases, you have a lot more options for expressions. And since all the turtles have shared parts, we're going to move right on to the accessories. Another accessory from the unidentified Flying Leonardo episode is the pizza dough head portrait from when Raphael tosses an unidentified flying pizza onto Michelangelo. This accessory is a pretty deep cut, but I'm glad they added it. This portrait does have a receiver for a peg, so a quick swap and you have a pizza-covered turtle. The sculpt of this head does limit the articulation a little bit, but really, how many different poses are you going to get with this thing? For Raphael's weapon, we do have a little variation in the sai. These are a little chubbier and maybe a little more cartoony. As we can see in the picture at the top right, the other sais that have come with figures are a little longer and sleeker and look more like an actual sai. But I appreciate the attention to detail in keeping these in that cartoon style. We've never actually seen this sausage and jelly bean pizza on screen, but Raphael does mention it in passing in Slash, the evil turtle from Dimension X from Season 4. Keeping with the little sidekicks and pets, this is Polly the Parrot, who Mikey renames Ditto from the Season 6 episode Polly Want a Pizza, complete with his vault key. He spends most of the time with Mikey, but probably is packed with Raph because Raph has a serious bone to pick with this bird. Another all-purpose accessory to go with your sewer lair and TV set is the TV guide. Now this prop appeared in a couple of episodes, but the reason it's packed with Raphael is because he used it to pick which stand-up comic he wanted to watch in Raphael Knocks Him Dead from Season 4. The label on Raph's tape is a dark shade of red, but we don't have a red tape, so he'll have to settle for the green Invasion of the Turtle Snatchers. And appropriately, the extra hands that come with Raph are for holding sais right through the middle of those fingers. Another excellent figure, and I have to say that the pizza dough head might be one of my favorite accessories. But let's see what Michelangelo has to offer.
Michelangelo, master of the whirling nunchakus.
And master of the whirling pizzas!
In this vibrant orange VHS box, we have Michelangelo, and he is a party dude. And of course we have the image from the intro of the cartoon with Michelangelo breakdancing. And on the back of the box we have the last bio for you guys to take a look at. And for some reason I missed getting a video of the cross-sell pictures, but here they are from the official release. Some interesting pictures, especially that one in the middle, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And of course we have the list of accessories on the bottom, but since I'm rounding out the last turtle, I want to give a wholehearted thanks to everyone on this package who brings us these awesome figures. On the inside flap we have Chef Mikey doing what he does best, making pizza, and we have him laid out here in his window box, if you can see it past the glare. And here is the figure with a pretty accurate Michelangelo expression on his face, always happy. I'll say it one more time for the last time, Michelangelo also has the interchangeable expression feature. And it seems like any turtle figure they have coming out in the future will have that. So like the Punk Turtles, you'll be able to take those expressions and give yourself way more variety in these figures. Mikey's nunchucks are pretty standard from the previous releases, same wood and gray paint, real chain, but these are lacking the spinning nunchuck effect that came with those previous releases. Next up is a chef's hat, which Mikey wore quite a bit, usually paired with his apron also included. There's a lot of great engineering in this simple accessory. It sockets perfectly onto Michelangelo's head. And this thing appeared in quite a few episodes, and not just with Mikey. Leonardo wore it, Donatello wore it, so you could interchange it with each figure. Seems like Raph is the only one who never put it on. Another accessory from beneath these streets is the granola and licorice pizza that's briefly shown before getting ruined by Master Splinter body slamming Leonardo into Michelangelo. From Donatello's degree, we have Michelangelo's pet fish, Maxwell. This is a pretty cool accessory, and with Maxwell, Ditto, and Pigeon Pete, it always seemed like Mikey was the animal lover of the group. Which is no surprise since he's been that way from the beginning with his cat Clunk. Like me, Michelangelo collects toys, so of course he would have this universe's version of Godzilla, Gorgonzola, in figure form. Gorgonzola made a couple of appearances throughout the show, but obviously his biggest one was in Bebop and Rocksteady Conquer the Universe. All of these very specific accessories make me wonder, if the sewer playsets continue to do well, will we eventually get the Turtles' bedrooms? The last video we have obviously has an orange label for Michelangelo, but also close enough to yellow, maybe it's Sky Turtles. And for some reason we have a puppet of NECA's lead fabricator, Brad Haskins. And this isn't his first time with Turtles since he was a Easter egg on the Brattles poster with Undercover Raphael. This inside joke from NECA has a little hole here in the back, which is convenient because you can just replace one of Michelangelo's hands with the puppet and perform a ventriloquist act. And to go with Michelangelo's optimistic attitude, we have a couple of thumbs up hands. And here's Michelangelo with all of his gear laid out. I love all of these accessories. And I've seen a lot of people online guessing at who the puppet is, and so far I don't think I've heard anyone get it right. I'm pretty confident that I have it right, but I'd really love for someone to weigh in the comments. Well, that pretty much does it for the Pizza Club Turtles, and I have to say that I really do like these single figure releases, and that got me thinking. We already had an update of April O'Neil in an Ultimates package, and we had a second Krang figure in the Krang's Android body, also an Ultimate figure, and with rumors of an Ultimate Slash coming out, I'm wondering if the plan is to switch over to these single releases like all of the other NECA figures out there. Maybe the time for the 2-packs has passed. If this is the case, I really need a retooled Shredder. This figure is great, but it never quite hit home with me. I would really like an updated version, looks a little more like the cartoon, with an alternate head with no mask or helmet. Either way, with Comic-Con right around the corner, I'm sure we're going to have these questions and many more answered. But that's all I have for today, so later dudes!
They're ninjas! They're green!
We're dealing with a real mind here.
Now they're taking Burger King by storm. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle videos.
Hey guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to kick that like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I upload every Turtle Tuesday, so you can always come back to see what's new. You can also check me out on various social media, links in the description. And as always, for all things Turtles, check TMNT Universe.